Hello and welcome. Today I want to talk about how you can deploy your own local Overpass instance. Now, Overpass is a fantastic query tool for OpenStreetMap data, and it has a query language and can be used for geospatial analysis and data extraction. So there are a number of public Overpass instances, but often they are under a lot of strain. And so it makes a lot of sense to deploy your own Overpass instance. And if you know a bit of Linux terminal and Docker, you can actually do so, and it's not that difficult. And in this video, I want to show you how you can do it. Yeah, let's get started.
So when you want to install Overpass on your system, you need Docker and an AMD 64 or ARM64 processor. In my case, I'm using the Raspberry Pi 5 with an ARM processor and an SSD drive. Be sure to have sufficient space depending on the map region size you want to query. There is a website from the company GeoFabric where you can download fine-grained map files for specific regions. This site is used in this demonstration. Here you see Visual Studio Code using the Remote Explorer plugin to work directly on the remote Raspberry Pi. I will be downloading and querying the map of the country of Slovenia because it's relatively small, but you can use it with any country you want. First, we need to clone the project I have prepared. We are now inside the clone project. On the left-hand side, you see the contents of the project. What we need are only the two script files, runloader.sh and later run httpd.sh. Script runloader.sh loads the map files from the GeoFabric website, converts and stores it in a format usable by Overpass. The runloader script accepts two parameters, first the country and then the region. For Slovenia and Europe, like so. You see that the script first downloads the map file in a PBF format. This is the file offered by the GeoFabric website. But since a PBF file as such is not usable by Overpass, it's converted into another format. All this might take a while, depending on system speed and size of the database. Now Overpass is importing the data from the XML file into its own database format. Now we are done, and you can see the result of the database import in the local DB directory. Here you see all the database files that have been imported by the Overpass application. So until when you see the script, it's basically running the Docker container on your local volume, on your local DB folder. That means all the database files are inside your local DB folder. So now that we have everything installed, we can run the Docker container and do a query. So this is the command to run the provided Docker container. It's also described in the documentation of the GitHub project. So now here you can enter the query. I have prepared a query for the Slovenian city of Koper. It's a port city. And actually you have to be careful that you get the right area name. So in my case, the area name is described as Koper in the name tag, name SL. SL is for Slovene. And there you have to get the right tag for your area that you want to query. In this case, I want to query all museums. They have the tag tourism museum, and here they are bound to the area that you defined here, the city name, and everything is output as JSON, so you can process it further. Now here you have to click Ctrl D to terminate your entry. Click Ctrl D, and here you see this is the result in JSON. So far we have been querying on the command line. But you can also start an HTTP server. In this case, it's also packaged as a Docker container, and the script run httpd.sh does everything for you. It starts the Docker container containing the web server like this. Now the Docker process has been started. It's running on localhost 8080. And now you can use tools like curl on the command line to query the HTTP service of Overpass. And in this case, I have my query inside the query.txt. It's the same query as before of the city of Koper. I just run the curl command here, and I will get the same outputs, the same JSON outputs as before, but this time we are using an HTTP interface. Before we were using directly the command line interface of Overpass. And now you can also use other tools that interface with the HTTP interface of Overpass, like the QGIS Quick OSM plugin tool that also fetches data from OpenStreetMap via the Overpass API. And for example, here now you can also use its command line tool like JQ to further process the JSON output in here on the command line. So that's it. I hope you got a feel for the application, how it works. And yeah, this is just the start. If you have any ideas for improvements or like stuff that you would like to try out, please write me. And if you liked the video, please subscribe and like it. And see you next time.